Hello everyone. Welcome to the course Python Programming for Every Beginners. In this lecture, we will discuss about one important function, input function. Let us see the outline. First, we will see what is input function, then what is the syntax of input function, then some example programs in Python will be demonstrated. The main purpose of input function, if we want to read our own input from keyboard, Python having two versions of input functions. First one is input and another one is raw input. The input function treats the received data as string if it is included in quotes, either single quotes or double quotes. Otherwise, the data is treated as number. That is the use of input function. Now, what about the raw input function? So the raw input function treats the received data as integer type, floating type, boolean type, etc. So by default, the input data can be treated as string by using input function, whereas using raw input function, the data can be treated as int, float, boolean, etc. In Python 3, the raw input function is depreciated. That means not there. Only input function is there. That means whatever the data received, that is always treated as string in Python 3. Okay, now what is input function? The input function is a built-in function. It is used to read data from a keyboard. By default, this function reads string values only. So if you want to read other than string values, again we have to use some conversions. But by default, it takes the values as string values only. Now let us come to the syntax of input function in Python. So variable name equal to, by using the keyword input of within function bracket within single quotes or double quotes, any prompt you can mention, whatever if you want, you can include within the quotations. Variable name, whatever the variable name if you want, you can use. So here the keyword input is mandatory. So variable name equal to input of, you have to give any data here. Now let us see some example programs in Python. For example here, first we are using one variable name equal to, now if you want to enter your name, now we have to use the function input. Now name equal to input of within single quotes enter your name. Whenever you can run this statement in any Python prompt, so directly it will ask in the next line enter your name, whatever the name you can enter. So now if you want to display that name, after entering the name, suppose here we entered Python. So if you want to display the name, what is the variable we use it here? Name. Now you can call with the name. Now using print function, print of name. Now Python is displayed here. Or directly by calling the variable name without print statement also. Simply you can type name. Then it displays same Python only. This is one simple example of use of input function. Let us see the next second example. Suppose here if you want to enter a course name, now the variable name used as course equal to input of enter your course name. Suppose here course name is entering Python programming. Enter your course name Python programming. Now if you want to see what is the course, you can use the variable name course. Use print statement, print of course. Now the Python programming is moved to the variable course. Now it displays Python programming as the output. Then see the another example. Suppose here if you want to enter a pin, so here the variable name is pin equal to input of enter your pin number. Now suppose here the entered pin number is 5805. Actually here what you entered the numerical data, integer data, but by default input function what we discussed earlier. So whatever the value that can be taken as string only. Now if you want to print the pin value, use print function print of pin. Now 5805 is displayed. But if you want to know the type of this pin number, you can use the type function within the print statement. Now it can be written as print of type of pin. Now here you can see what is the type of pin is displayed here, the class string type. So why? Because by default input function takes the value as string only. But actually this pin is integer value. So now, but here it can be written as string type. So if you want to convert into integer type, for that we can use some typecasting functions. Now you can see the input function by default takes string type. To convert string type into integer type, we can use int as given below. Now here the above statement can be rewritten as pin equal to, here starting with int, type is used here. Int of input of enter your pin number. Now this is called as typecasting function. Now by including this int type, now let us see the output of this program. The same example 3 now can be rewritten. Now here pin equal to int of input of enter pin number. Now enter pin number, the same number 5805. Now if you want to print pin number, print of pin, now 5805. Now if you want to see the type of the pin number entered by you, now you can use print of type of pin. Now you can see what is its type displayed integer. Earlier without int, its type is string. Now when you are using int, so now the type is converted into string to integer. So this is called as typecasting function. So this is about input function in Python. If you want to give our own input through keyboard, so we can use input function. Next lecture, we will come up with other interesting topics. If you want more lectures or if you want to make use of other lectures, you can subscribe and stay tuned for latest updates. Here already we are having the full course on Python programming, what we are running now. Then we are having full course on R programming, which is useful for data scientist. Then for computer science, two important core subjects which are having very much weightage in GATE exam, formal language and automata theory, compile design. Stay tuned for latest updates. We will see you in next lecture.